It used to be a school issue, but it becomes a community problem as well if kids are doing things outside of school that are causing concern. There's dysfunctional family reasons, there's trouble at school. It all rolls up into one package, being school refusal. Wagging is easy to say, and it's easy to point at and say that kid is wagging, but there's many reasons why they wag or don't go to school.
Fear. You know, something might have happened yesterday in class. You know, maybe they have to read a book today. You know, take that book home, and tomorrow you're going to come back and read it. It's the challenges of, can I do it?
The biggest problem we have is for boys, and Māori and Pacific Island boys are not getting a very good deal, and politicians say it's the school's not serving them properly, and I say, well, perhaps let's accept that maybe we are underserving them, but their families are underserving them as well.
And sometimes it could be a lunch issue, you know, food issue, or I know in my case, like when my older one, you know, there may have been times where I may have been lazy, you know, those sort of issues, or I just can't be bothered. You know, you choose.
It's just got no brakes.
There's three main groups that assist that child, just one child going into school. And it's the family and how they see school. And the second group is the school itself. If they're making kids welcome, if they make the kids feel welcome, and they're treating that child as an individual, they're treating the child with care. Kids have friends and they're doing things that's interesting and is fun, they'll stay at school. And the third group who is important in getting to school is the student or students themselves. If they have no reason to go to school for themselves, then they're not going.
So did Mum or Nan ring school to say that you guys were away today?
My auntie.
Your auntie did?
Yeah, came to pick us up and told the office.
Oh, okay. So you've been to the doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long are you guys... You don't have that flu thing, do you?
No.
Because don't breathe near me. And don't cough near me. He's sick too. Jeez, that's no good. Have you both got the same thing?
We do have a problem with condoned truancy, which means that the parents allow the children, or for want of a better word, force the children not to come to school. We had a recent case, which is just one of many examples, and we can find plenty of them, where the children actually ran away in the morning, and they ran away to school, and the parents came down, or the father came down and picked them up and took them back to tidy the house for the day. And but the children knew the right thing to do was to come to school. We'll say, you know, we can have these things like strengthening families and things like that, but it doesn't really have the teeth, and you can't. It's the non-compliant parents that we probably have to worry about more than the compliant parents. It's the ones who just say, I don't give a stuff and don't really care.
The consequences of that would be that it ultimately becomes a community issue. If in the next 10 years you have those same 15-year-olds who are looking after their younger brothers or sick relatives, they're finally in the workforce but not able to get a good job because of the amount of learning that they'd lost whilst being at home. And the likelihood of some kids committing crime has increased.
Hanging out at a mate's house, smoking. I wouldn't be surprised drinking. And then when the alcohol starts getting in, they sort of build up this courage. You know, then the burglaries come, and then the car conversions start happening, and and these brawls, and they've sort of built up this sort of a, yeah, you can attitude. Yeah, do what you want to do attitude. Kid just sort of wanders off doing this thing that you don't want them to do, you know, things that we look upon now that we're trying to stop our kids from doing.
We have a truancy officer who does visit the families that we have concerns with, or we worry about why they're late so often and things like that. And I know that she gets treated sometimes quite badly, and that really concerns me. You know, I think truancy officers who are trying to get kids to school should be treated with deference and respect, and she is not often.
We go from one home visit to another. You'll find kids just walking down the road, and if they see you, they'll read the sign on the front of the car and jump over a few fences, and you've lost them. I think that the solution is about reforming links. It's very easy for families to isolate themselves, connecting the families back into their school community, and it's doing what I'm doing at the current time is talking.
Okay. So, tell me about your garden. Who planted this? We do lots of things, from, you know, making sure that our parents feel valued as well. So we have a thing called the Manukau Family Literacy Program, and that where it involves parents who come in and they learn, you know, about literacy and numeracy, but they learn about a whole lot of other things too. But more than that, it's about them understanding what schools are about, and that they're not places that you fear, but they're places where you're supposed to be concentrating on learning. And whatever learning is, that's what they should be here for. If you put this, what will happen if you grow this in the ground? Do you know? What will happen if you put it in the ground? Pardon? No. Yeah, because you just put it in the ground.
Then you put water inside.
And you know it keeps growing because it's got food. They use all the food here to keep growing.
On 500 ago, it got all sucked.
Probably would be. That's right. The most important experience is that the children enjoy school, that they feel that they come to a place where they are welcome, and that they are acknowledged for who and what they are, and for what they can contribute back to the school and back to society in general. At the end of the day, my strong belief is, unless we become a child-centred nation, then we're not going to get anywhere. We actually have to say, you know, whatever we do, our children must come first. Oh, that's fantastic. Do you have a garden at home? Do you? So what do you grow in the garden at home?
Cucumber.
Do you know that's a funny thing? I've planted cucumber at my place twice and they die. Everything else grows, but my cucumbers die. So is your mum and dad a good cucumber person? Yeah? How big do your cucumbers grow?
Big.
How big? Show me.
That big.
Really, do you know? Mine just don't grow. You'll have to get mum and dad to come around and show me what's happening with my ones, eh? That's really cool. And what else have you enjoyed about the plants?
Big growing.
Yeah, they're neat, aren't they? They're fantastic. What's that one there?